Today we're going to play through the solo version of Mercurial Alchemia, a new game coming to Kickstarter in fall of 2025. Before we jump into the gameplay, let's get oriented with these components. Now, Mercurial Alchemia is a worker placement and deck builder style game. So this is the shared part of the board. It is the bazaar, and there is a card market of several different ingredients that these alchemists can use to make their potions, and there are 5 worker placement areas. There's the guild action up here on the tower, and then there are 4 more actions down below. The actions have 2 parts to them, a daytime action and a nighttime action, as well as a handshake benefit, which we'll talk about when we start performing actions later on. Then over here, every player has a player board. At the top of the player board are icons representing the stages of one round of gameplay. These trackers are used for marking the effects of the cards that are played during the course of the game. In the bottom left corner is how income is handled, as well as some icons that describe how different components get used in the game. And then on the right side, this is actually for some advanced variants of gameplay, and we will not be using that in this game. We also have our Alchemist card, which has a unique player ability, and Arcana, which is like our pet, and it has its own ability of 2 types, and it can even be upgraded over the course of the game. So to mark that, just a little marker. All right, and starting the game I have 15 shells. Shells are the currency, 2 dice, a catalyst, and a reagent. And then over here, this is the setup for the Automa. This is a very interactive game. So the Automa actually involves simulating 2 opponents who team up against you. And the objective is to beat their combined score. There's a lot going on in this game. So to teach the rules, in the first round of play, we're just going to focus on the different phases of a round. And in the second round, I'll go more in depth about the mechanics of the Automa. So at the beginning of the game, all players start with 4 cards. This is represented on the player board, but usually it happens at the end of a round. So at the start of a brand new game, we have to start with our 4 cards in hand. So all of the cards get played. Each card has an effect, which is represented in the bottom left. Some cards, as you can see, have no effect at all. So this card is going to let me draw another card. So we'll play that one down, and I'll draw another card. This is a Vile Thorn. This is actually going to influence the corruption track, represented over here. But I have to play all my cards, so I have to play this one also. I have no more abilities to draw cards, so I'll play that now, and I'll just take the corruption. And then this card is for re-rolling my dice. And my dice, I have 1 die face that is void, but I have the ability to change this void into mountain, so I'm going to leave that. I will not use that ability. You have to take the effects of bad cards, but you can choose to use the effects of cards that give you a benefit. And then these cards have no effect. So I've played all my cards. That would be represented here. And now we can start the first round of play. So we're going to begin by placing a worker. So what I'd like to do first is get some more cards. There are 2 actions that will let me buy cards. This one will let me buy 2 cards as long as I pay 2 shells for the privilege. So I would like to make sure that I save 4 shells. So as long as I can spend 11, I will do that. I'll take this action. I'll spend 2 shells to buy 2 cards. And this card will give me some supplies. It'll give me another die and a reagent for the cost of 5 shells. Since this one is giving me materials, I discard the card, put these into my supply, and I'll spend 5. And then I'm going to buy this card for 4 more shells. So a newly acquired card goes in the bottom of the draw deck, and I'm going to spend 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that is the end of my turn, but now in player order, players are going to decide if they want to join me in this action. If they join me, they will pay a cost to repeat the action, but when taking cards, they can only take from those that are remaining. So in this case, my opponents are not going to join me, and if no one joins me in this action, the market is going to be refreshed, and now it's my opponent's turn, the Automa in this case. So the Automa is going to be moving to the same action as me, and when this happens, it triggers a handshake effect. So a handshake represents players or these alchemists that are meeting up in the bazaar and they're like doing side deals. So in this case, the two of us together will cause me to be able to decrease my corruption, which is great. And then they are going to be taking the secondary effect, which is the reagent. And then my second opponent is going to be moving to action A. And for action A, for action A, they're going to be taking 1 card, and the Automa always takes the farthest card on the right, so that'll go into their pile. And now I can decide if I want to join. Now a note about joining, I couldn't join this opponent because whenever someone else is taking the action where you already are, you don't join them because you're already there. But when somebody goes to a different action, you can send one of your agents to go help out thematically. There is no physical agent to move around on the board. Anyway, so do I want to do this as well? Would I like to buy a card? Well, what makes this action different from the one that I took is that if the card is on the right side of the canal, I can pay 1 less shell for it. So this would only cost me 3 shells instead of 4 shells. That's a good price, but I do have a reason to hold on to 4 shells. So I am not going to join. And that being the case, the market is going to refresh. And now all of the players have taken 1 action, and it's time to go to the night phase. So in the night phase, we look in the same area down below. And my night phase is I can either move back my corruption, or I can spend 2 shells to put a card into, or to infuse a card. Oh, wow. I would really like to infuse one of these cards for the cost of 2 shells. But I've got better plans later on. So I can't move my corruption back any farther. I was able to move my corruption back when I got that handshake action. So in this case, I'm not going to do any night action. Now, in this portion of the game, everyone is doing their night phase simultaneously. So if we were actually playing a 3-player game, my opponents would be making the same decision at the same time, and generally we would not be affecting each other by what we decide to do. So no night action for me. That being said, we are now moving to the phase in the round where I can infuse 1 ingredient. I would like to infuse this card with this element on it because it complements my player's ability. So I will put this here, and I almost forgot. When I took a die, I get to roll it. Oh wow, this is really good for me. It's another rock. Okay, so I'm going to infuse this, and I'm going to mark the effect by moving the marker to the left in the direction of the rock. And now we discard all of the played cards, so they will go over here. And finally I draw 4 more cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I play all 4 cards. So in this case, let's see, I will draw another card. Okay, and I'm going to use my Arcana. So the Arcana's effect, let's take a look at what that is. The Arcana's effect is I can flip over a reagent or a catalyst in order to draw another card. Oh my. Okay, that would be good if I wanted a big hand of cards, and I've got so many good ones. I have a feeling these are going to be, yeah, these are absolutely Vilethorn. I know it because I started with 12 cards. So I will not use the ability in this case. I have one more thing I want to accomplish before I make my potion. So I will not even roll my dice. I'm just going to play my cards. And now it's time for worker placement. So I'm going to move my worker over to here because the action is to pay shells in order to move my snail. I need 4 shells in order to move my snail over, and that is what I'm going to do. I will pay the 4 shells. And this will let me draw 3 cards, and I can choose one card, one objective card that I want to keep until the end of the game. So this is getting points for cards that have this icon, cards that have dice on them, cards that have this effect. Okay, so I will take this ability. I really like this one. I'm going to take this one, and I will discard the other 2, putting them on the bottom of this objective stack. And then we're going to take a look at how the Automa works now. So all of the actions that I took with the Automa last time were done by doing this. So first, to figure out if the Automa is going to follow, I'm looking at the top of the deck, and this card says they will join me if I choose action B. Well, I didn't choose action B, I chose action D, so that means they're not going to join me, which is great. And now they will take an action, so we flip over this card, and purple takes action C. Just move them over, and the effect is they can either take a catalyst or a die. To know which one they take, I just look at the top card. It says they're going to take the top action, which is the catalyst. So they take a catalyst from the supply. And these components are limited, so the more catalysts and reagents they take, the less that are available for me. Okay, and now I can decide if I want to join. Now to join in this case, I would have to have 3 shells to spend, and I don't have 3 shells. So I don't have the option of joining. Now, my other opponent is also going to move to space C. They're allowed to move anywhere as long as it's not where you already are. So they move over here, and this time they're going to take the bottom action. The bottom action is a die. Dice don't need to be rolled, they just count for scoring. And I can decide, if I want to join, but again, I don't have the resources, so I'm not going to join. So that is it for the day phase, and that is how the Automa works. Action of the game. So for my night action, again, I can either move Corruption back, or I can spend 2 shells to put a wild on any of these tracks, but I don't have any shells. Now I'm wondering if I should have saved that money to increase my income. Maybe it wasn't worth it, but that's fine. No night action for me. I will discard. Oh, before I discard, I will infuse 1 ingredient. So I really want to infuse this card, because this is the food for my Arcana. And infusing these cards is how we get it to evolve to the better stage. So I'm going to infuse this, which is going to move it in the direction of this white material. So move it one to the right. And then all the other cards get discarded, and I draw up 4 more. I know it's going to be bad stuff. 1, 2, 3. That was the card I bought earlier. And I'm going to start shuffling my hand. Now, what happens when we shuffle? We shuffle the cards. First, we're going to move up corruption 2 times. 1, 2. Then, I get to do my income. This is why I moved up my snail, because I want to start getting better income early in the game. My income now is 4 snails. Or 4 shells. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. All right. So I'm going to play them. I've got this card, which I have to flip over a reagent or a catalyst in order to move my corruption back. So I don't know if it's going to be worth it or not. I can use my reagent to advance twice on one of the material tracks, or sorry, to move in the opposite direction, or I can use the catalyst to advance 2 times on one of these element tracks. I think I'm going to lose the reagent for this effect. So I will, well, but do I really need to get rid of the corruption? I do, because look, I have to play all my cards. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now when I make a potion, I'm going to lose coins, and I don't want to lose coins. So I will flip over the reagent in order to move corruption back again. And then for this one, I will just draw an extra card. Oh my goodness, it's another one. Okay, gotta play that. That means, though, I've only got 3 of these cards in my deck. All of my next cards are going to be good. So those are the effects of my cards. And now we're going to move to placing an action. Wow. Okay. All of these night actions will let me move my corruption back again. So I think I just want the one, you know, I've got 4 shells. I would need 5 to increase my income, but I can't take this action anyway because remember, I have to choose an action that I'm not already at. I could go and make a potion. That would be the guild action, but I don't want to make a potion when I've got such bad cards. I want to do one more action before we end it. What was my objective? I want cards that have the gold. So, do we have any cards with gold? Not really. Cards are kind of pricey. But what I could do, this would be a good card over here, and I could get that for 1 off. You know what? It cost me 3. I could get 3 for there. Oh, yep. Yep, okay. We will do that. And maybe somebody will join me. Oh. Okay. So my action is I'm going to go over here. And I'm going to take this card for 1 less than the printed cost. So it says it costs 4, and I'm only going to be paying 3. So we'll put this in the bottom of my deck. Take 3. And now the opponents are going to join. So because they join, they get 1 more card drawn from the far right. And then everything slides over. It sure would be helpful if somebody came to my action. That's one of the things I like about this game is the tension when you're hoping that somebody will kind of help you by performing that handshake action. But the first opponent is going to go to action B, and that means they're going to take 2 cards. I could join, but I really can't afford it. Wait, what does this do? Oh no, they're going to get this and this and this. Oh, that's a lot of resources. Boy, oh boy. Okay, and discard. Okay, and then can I join? No, I'm not going to join. So everything slides over. Okay, choose action A, choose action A. They're going to action D. Okay. For action D, they just take a card and a catalyst. Oh no, it's another card that gives them extra stuff. Oh man. This is tough. Oh, do I want to join? If I join, I would have to flip over 2 identical dice, but I could take my income action, and taking my income action would give me enough coins to perform this over here. I am going to join. So I have to flip over 2 dice that are identical. To use up the dice, you put it on the void side. So that becomes void, that becomes void. But now I've paid the cost for joining, so I can do my income, and my income is 4 shells. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I think that's going to be worth it. Okay. So now it's nighttime actions. So down here, the nighttime action that I'm going to choose is 2 shells in order to buy an Echo Lily. So the Echo Lily is a one-time use card that will let you copy the effects of another card when it gets infused. All right, so put that there. And then now I'm going to infuse 1 ingredient. So we will infuse this fancy mushroom because it's awesome. And that's going to move me up on the water track and this gold material track. And now everything else gets discarded. And we drop 4 more again. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what I was hoping for. Okay. Got to play them all. So I will play to draw an extra card. And I will play to roll a dice. I feel like that was probably should have rolled it better, but I'll take it because it helps me out a lot. Okay. And then these other ones, they don't do anything. So, time to move my worker. We're going to choose the guild action. Now, this is not an action that people join on, so the opponents don't get that choice. They do, however, one's going to move to action D. Handshakes aren't triggered for the opponents since they're working together. Action D is going to give them a card and a die. Oops. Oh my goodness, everything they take, it's materials all the time. Oh, this is tough. So, there. They're just robbing me. Okay, do I want to join? If I join, I can take the income action again, but I would have to flip over 2 dice that are the same face, and I don't have that. So I can't join. So everything slides over. And my blue rival is going to go to the guild action, which in a solo game forces 2 cards to be discarded, and I do not get the option to join. Okay, night actions. So the night action for this round is different. Because I'm doing the brew, I can put 5 ingredients into or infuse them in my, I call it my cauldron. So, what do I want to infuse? Well, I'd like to be moving in the same direction up here, and I have this ability to move in the direction of the stone element. So I'd like to be moving things to the left. So this is a good card because it moves 1 to the left. And this card, I've already got another white one. So if I move another white over, yeah, I think I'll play the white one, but I won't play the blue one. I will play, shoot. Which ones can I flip around? Do I have any reagents? I have this reagent. Okay, so the reagent, I can reverse the effect. Aha! I will use the reagent on this blue card so that instead of going to the left towards the blue, I move towards the white. So I flip the reagent over and I move over again. And then for this one, yeah, I'll just play it. It's not really going to help me. But and then for the electricity, thing is, I already have these dice over here. They're going to help me, so I don't want to play this one. And the reagents don't help me with elements. They only help with materials. So I'll just leave it out. Okay, those are my cards. Now I'm going to put in some dice. So my first die is this stone, and I'm going to use a catalyst, flip that over, so that instead of moving once in that direction, I'm going to move twice. And then I can use my player's ability. My player's ability is to turn void into stone. I can do it 2 times. So these are also going to become stone. 1, 2. And I move that over again. Now look at that. Now my potion is complete. I don't have any other effects that I can apply. So I'm going to evaluate it. So first, I have 2 shells, 4 shells, plus 0, plus 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. So my base is 10 coins, but I have to take away 1 because of corruption. So back down to 9. And then I look at which side has the most tokens. The left side has 3 tokens, the right side has 2 tokens. So since this one has more tokens, I get 3 shells for that. So 3 more shells, 9 plus 3, I get 12 shells. So 12 shells is the total. I will take those right now. Okay, next is points. So the points is the lower number, 0 points, 2 points, 1 point, so only a total of 3 points. And then all of this resets, which is great. I get everything back. I don't have to lose it. The dice get re-rolled. Okay. The corruption is interesting. So what happens is this moves up by 1, the blight marker, and then this moves all the way back down to the marker. So now it's 1 higher than it was last time. And then finally, I discard all of my cards and reset all of my markers. Because somebody brewed a potion, 2 cards are discarded, and everything slides over. All right. Starting the next round. So I'm again drawing 4 cards. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm gonna have to shuffle. Again, when we shuffle, we increase corruption 2 times. 1, 2. And we take the income, which is again 4. One, 2, 3, 4. Oh man, these are such good cards. I wish I could brew again. I would brew twice in a row, but you have to move your worker to a new place. So I will first, we'll start by re-rolling a die because I would really like to, same thing. Oh well. And then this one is going to give me a shell and a card. So I'll put the card in my hand. And I'm going to do that again. So shell and a card. Okay, bad stuff. Another card. And I've got 2 blight. 1, 2. And then this one, just nothing. Okay, so what am I going to do for my action? I really like getting my income up, because it gives me more objective cards, and the objective cards are really good guidance for what I need to focus on. Of course, if I had any cards up in this market over here that were gold, I would probably try to buy one, but since none of them really help, we're going to go down to this income action. So I move my worker here. That is going to trigger a handshake from my rival, but I don't care. Oops. Card comes from here. I feel like this is a really tough. It's going to be a really tough game, solo game. So I can spend for shells. The next shell is going to cost me 5. So I spend 5. I move this up. I immediately get the benefit of drawing these cards. So again, it's draw 3. And the nice thing about drawing these cards is if I like them more, I have to put 2 back. I can even put this card back. I can even put this card back if I don't like it. I do sort of like it though. These cards tend to be expensive. Ooh, I like this one. This is for the number of cards that I buy that are worth 4 or more. I'm probably going to buy a lot of cards that are worth 4 or more. So I will continue to keep these 2 cards and put these 2 back. Okay, and then do the rivals join? They don't join. This one, the purple is going to go to action B. Is going to take 2 cards. Oh wait, what do I do? Yes, that's right, 2 cards. And, oh, do I want to join? Oh, I wasn't thinking about joining, but maybe I should. What do I need again? I need the cards that are worth 4 or more? I could buy both of those cards that are worth 4 or more, and it would only cost me flipping over my catalyst. And then I would spend 2, and I'd have to spend 8. Oh my gosh, I could afford it. I made so much money on my last one. You know what? I think it's worth it. It's the only thing that could make it a sweeter deal would be if those cards had gold on them. They don't have gold, but they don't have any elements that are opposed diametrically from what I'm trying to collect. And this is good. Buying these cards now, I'm not going to have to do it in the next round. So this is great. I'm going to spend it. I'm going to spend 10 whole coins to buy both of these cards. This is a pretty big move. It probably means that I'm going to spend the next turn going straight back to the brew action. And let's slide those down. Okay. And my other opponent is going to go to action A. I think I'm out. They're going to buy another card. Okay, so that's fine. They buy one card. I could join. What do I need to chip? I can flip anything over. I could buy another card. There's another card with 4. Golly. Yeah, I made so much money. I could really do it. This is interesting. This one lets me use my player's ability, and it develops my pet. My pet's ability is the... Okay, this one is a wild, but it's a wild at the cost of having corruption, and I really don't want more corruption. This is a great one. It lets me discard a card and draw 2 cards, but I have to take a blight. It cost me 5. Oh no. I think I'm going to take my pet's card. Yeah, I'm going to do it. So I need to flip over something. Again, I'll flip over my reagent and spend 4. To put this over here underneath the stack. And now we go to the night actions. For the night action, I can spend 2 coins in order to move in the direction of a wild. So I'll absolutely do that. You know what? Man, do I have something coming up that's gold soon? I wish I knew what I was going to draw next. Let's see. What am I going to end up putting into the pot here? I get to infuse something. I should probably try to infuse... I'm probably going to infuse this one. So if I do that, The green, I'm just trying to think of what I can do the most of. This fire I wish that fire was blue so I could be moving things in the same direction. I'm going to move this over. No, I'm not. I'm going to move over the yellow. I think it's going to be better for me to get the yellow. And then for this part, you know, I think I'm going to save this card. I'm not going to use my Echo Lily right now. I would use it if I had something really powerful. I just don't want to copy the effect of a card that's weak. And all of these cards can only influence one thing. So I will just put in a green to move that up. And you know what, come to think of it, now that I've decided I'm going to do that, I will have used my wild to move up the green. So the green's up twice. And that's it. I discard everything. I'm going to be drawing up my next 4. 1, 2, 3. This is going to be good. Okay, I got the Vile Thorn. This kind of sucks, but it's okay. It'll work out. Watch this. So I'm going to play my pet action. That's supposed to be over here. Okay, so for my pet, I can flip over something in order to... Yep. I'm going to flip over in order to draw an extra card. So I draw an extra card. It's this, which is awesome. I definitely don't want this electricity. So we'll go like that. Perfect! Alright. And then... Oh, boy. Okay. We'll influence the corruption. Move that back, or I keep calling it corruption. I think it's called blight. I think this is called corruption. I'm sorry. It's the bad marker. Oh, I can't do it without flipping stuff over. Oh, is it worth it? I don't think so. I don't think it is. No. Because... no, yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'll do it. I have to flip over the thing. 2x. If I use the 2x, I can move up to double. Yeah, no, it's not worth it. You know why? Because if I stay where I am, I still only have to pay 1 shell. If I move it back, it doesn't make a big difference. So I'm going to keep my catalyst in order to keep my blight where it is. And then I'm going to play this one, which has no effect. But I do get to choose my action. Easy choice. I'm going to go and do another potion. So all we have to do is decide what the rivals here do. So for the rivals' turn, we're out of cards from the draw deck. So the only thing to do now is for them to brew a potion. And for them to brew, what it means is they're going to look at the top here. They've got 6 points from their 2 most recently played cards. So these will get removed from the game. And everything else gets shuffled. So 6 points. And then their deck refreshes. So we'll just flip those over. So now we're in the night phase. I'm going to be playing my cards. So this card is going to move up on stone. This card is going to move up on water and gold. And then, do I want to use... Okay, and then this card is going to move up on water again, which is great. And then this card is going to be my Arcana. So my Arcana now is going to do its effect one more time. It's going to be moving up on the white. But because I've fed it twice, it's now going to upgrade. And from now on, it's going to have a much stronger effect. I'll be drawing more cards and getting more movement on these tracks. Okay, and then for the dice... You know what? I didn't use the catalyst. Which card would I like to use the catalyst on? Well, if I use the catalyst on that water card, then I get an extra point. So I will use the catalyst on water. I'm going to put my 2 magical stone elements, my earth elements on there to move up this 2 more times. And now I can evaluate this. So we have 3 shells, 6 shells, 8 shells, 10 shells, 11 shells, -1 is 10 shells, but there are more markers on this side. So 4 markers, that's 14 shells. 14 shells, and then for points, man, wish I could have gotten that a little bit higher up. I'm only going to get 2 points. 1, 2. But that's fine, because the thing I really wanted was to hit this threshold where I can now buy or draw up to 5. So this upgrade gets placed on my board right here. And now we can reset. So this did get spent, but everything will flip back over. All of the dice get re-rolled, including the ones I didn't even use. And this gets discarded. All get discarded. Everything here gets reset. Don't forget my blight marker moves up by 1. Move back to the beginning. And this doesn't need to be used anymore. Drawing up to 5 cards. Sweet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my goodness, look how great these cards are. It's all my good stuff. This is awesome. Okay, so next round. Would I like to, would I like to throw away a card? Absolutely I would. So all I have to do is flip over one of these markers, and then I can go through any of my played cards or even my discarded cards and just remove it from the game. So no more for you. I don't like that. So that was that effect. This effect is going to be a reroll. I don't know if I want to reroll. Hold on a second. Let's see what else we got. I can play them in any order, right? So I'll just draw another card. It's probably going to be a good one. This is the one that lets me use my player ability, so I could move these into stones. I have to talk to you about what this is. So this is a special, it's not an element. It's called Aether. So you see they got the 4 elements, the earth, water, fire. It's not air. It's like electricity. But this one will actually augment the materials. So what happens, I'll just set up an example right now. Let's suppose my markers were like this. If my markers were like this, as soon as I put the Aether into my, it being infused, every marker that's inside of the shining spot moves up 1 level. So this would move up to here, this would move up to here, this would move up to here. I'd get to move 3 markers with 1. But it only happens if your markers are already in the space. So if I was to do it at this point in the game, if this was my tracks, then only 1 would move up because these other 2 aren't in the shiny spot. I really like this effect. I'd like to use it. It would have been useful earlier. So I'm going to keep that one, and I think what I'll do is use this ability to just use, this ability for my character's effect. My character is to just freely turn void into mountain or electricity. I'm going to be using the mountain, and so that's fine. So with that being said, I don't need to re-roll any dice, and these cards won't have any effect. What do I want to do for my action? Oh boy. If I pay 1 more time to move up my income marker, then I get to infuse more than 5 cards whenever I brew. I love moving this up. But, you know what? I think I need to do some other actions. So let's, first of all, I forgot to reset my market. BC. The thing is, I'm looking at the opponents, and here's the thing about the solo game. I can tell that if I do action B or action C, then my opponents will join me. And if they join me, that means they're going to be able to take more resources. And I'm really struggling from that. I don't want them to join me. So I will take an action that they aren't taking. If I go here, they're already here, so they get something from... Oh, boy. You know, as much as I'd like to show a variety of different things, I can't help it. Because of where my opponents are, this is the best move. I should go to where they aren't. And that, hopefully, maybe they'll come here and I'll get the bonus. So, for the action, I'm going to pay for the shows. So we'll pay 6 this time. 6, move up. And then I instantly get to take this marker and put it up here. So from now on, if I have a big hand of cards, I can infuse all of them. Not to mention, I now get 4, 6. I get 6 shells when I take income, and I get to reroll 2 dice, so that's not bad. That's it. Do they join me? No, we already talked about that. They're not going to join me. Whoa! The first one is going to come to action D, which is sweet because I get 2 shells as my handshake bonus. And then what do they get? They're going to get a card and another catalyst. Oh, yes, this card, this catalyst. I can't join them because I'm already there. So the next, well, I guess I got to slide everything down for the next action. So the next guy is going to do the brew. Oh, okay. So this just means they're going to move up here, and 2 cards get discarded. Oh boy, these cards are moving fast. Hey, this is the kind of thing I'm looking for. I want these gold things. But I don't know. I don't know. I think I should be going to brew after this. The brews have been really helping me out. Okay. So that's that. It's time for the night actions. For night action, I can either move back. Well, I haven't even moved up. So I don't want to move back my blight. I think I'll just pay the 2 coins to have a wild. And the wild I will use, it's going to be this gold thing. Because I have a feeling I'm going to be able to get into the Aether spot. And if I do, I can't wait to use that die that I rolled earlier. So that was my night action. We're doing the discard. It's time to shuffle. Man, I need more dice, because every time I have the ability to reroll dice, if I don't have them, then I'm passing up the ability. But, you know, as luck would have it, I've been focusing on this income action instead. That's kind of been my thing. And it's working out all right. I do have to increase my blight twice, and my income is going to be 6. Okay, drawing 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I really wish I had more cards. So I'll play this one to draw 1. I hope it lets me draw more. Oh no, I don't want that. Just realized I forgot to infuse. This was one of the cards that I had. I would have clearly infused this one because it's awesome. So I would have moved up on blue and up on the white and up on this. And of course, I would have done that without knowing what I was going to draw. So I could have used maybe one of these, the catalyst or the reagent. I might have used the catalyst on here, but since I forgot to do it, I just won't. However, since I have to drop to my hand, and that wouldn't have counted, I get to drop to my hand now. No, boy, I really wish I could take more cards. Okay, well, am I going to reroll dice? I don't care about rerolling dice. I don't need to use my player's ability. I guess I'll move up here. And, okay, alright. So, I gotta decide. Do I want to make a potion when I have these cards? Or do I want to go and get these cards? I think I want these cards. I think the cards in my draw deck are better. So since I'm not going to make a potion now, I need to figure out which action to take. And I have plenty of money, which is good. I got $14, 14 shell dollars. I've been talking about how I wish I had more dice. If I take this action, not only do I get to have the dice, but I get to discard a blight card, which would be pretty sweet. Okay, so I am going to do that. And are they going to join me? They're not going to join me because it's on B. They have B and I'm going to choose C. So I'm going to... Oh, wait. But what about this? This card... Oh, it's gold? It only costs 3. I wish it cost 4 because it would combo well with what I've got. This one might even be better. It goes up on blue. Oh, this is a really good card. But if I go there, I have to choose action B. And if I choose action B, they're going to join me. And I don't want my enemies to join me. So that's it. I'm going to go here. I'm going to spend the 3 shells to buy 1 die. Roll it and hope for something good. That's not what I want, but okay. It is what it is. I got fire. And I spent my 3 shells, so I'm done there. They are not going to join me. The first is going to take action A, which means they take only 1 card, which is fine. Hey, what if this one moves all the way down? Ooh. Oh, sorry. It goes into their deck. Okay, I can join. So now, using the join, all I have to do is flip over one of these cards, and I could buy something like that. So, or sorry, flip over like a catalyst or a reagent. I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to flip over my catalyst. So that's used up. And I get to do the join action. I can buy any card. Boy, I just wish this was more expensive. Funny, isn't it? So yeah, I'm going to buy this. It cost me 3 coins, 3 shells. 3 goes back. I'll take 2 change. This goes into my draw pile. That was actually a pretty sweet deal. That's going to count towards my objective. I'm going to get at least 3 points, I think. Maybe? I don't think I have 3 yet. Anyway, so that's the first one. The second rival is going to go to action B. Ooh. Oh, these have to slide down. Okay. Action B means they're going to take 2 cards, put them in the stack, but again, I can join. I'd have to flip over my catalyst. I can buy 2 cards if I did that. Can I afford it? This would cost... I have to spend 2 just for the privileges. That would only cost 5. I would get another gold. That's some good points there. I think I want to do it. I mean, I'm not taking actions. If I do these joins, then I can pull it off. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to spend 2 plus 5 in order to buy 2 cards. I'm not going to have enough leftover money to discard the Blight if I do this. But I don't need to buy 2 cards. Aha! I will buy 1 card. Ooh, look at this. I could buy a card worth 5, and that counts for my other objective. So what's my other objective? My other objective is the one that's 4 or more. 2, 3. You know what? I think having the gold is going to help me more. I'm kind of playing into that strategy. So I'm going to keep these 2 coins. I'm only going to buy this card. That's fine. Put it into my draw pile on the bottom there. Both of my rivals have gone. Everything is going to move over. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Night action for me is to spend 2 coins to get rid of Blight. That's what I'm going to do. Now it's funny. When I do this, there's a one-time increase in Blight, but the benefit is you get rid of a Blight forever, so I never have to deal with this card again, which is what I'm doing this for. Okay, so that being the case, oh, I could use 2 dice to do this again. That's interesting. We haven't talked about this yet, but I can repeat the night action. I can move this marker back. So right now, I'm going to lose 1 coin. You know what? I don't think it's worth it. If I had a Blight card in my discard pile, I might do this again, but I don't want to discard. Ooh. Not only that, I could use my player's ability to turn these back into stone. Oh, that might just be worth it. Yes, I think it would be worth it. Mostly, let's see, but if I get this, if I use my Aether, I can get the sun. You know what? No, we're going to show you how it's done. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to use my energy here to do the night action again. But instead of doing the 2 coins to get rid of a Blight card, I'm just going to move back this marker. And that's it. And so now I can infuse something. I think the thing I want to infuse is my little puppy here. Because, look at this. It's upgraded. So I get 2 white instead of just 1. So that moves over there. All of these get discarded. And I'm drawing the next hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm almost definitely going to go. Oh my gosh. This is such a great turn. Okay. So for this turn, what do I have? Oh, I've used my markers. Look, I don't have any markers left. So this card is not going to do anything for me because I don't have anything to flip over. There's nothing I can, well, let's see. We'll start with this one. So this is take a shell and draw an extra card. And this one is draw an extra card. And this one doesn't do anything. And this one is draw an extra card. Man, I really wish I had... See, that's why you need these markers. They're so useful. They affect the potions, and they're useful in gameplay. Even my little... Ooh, look at this. This is such a good turn. My pet's ability now, my Arcana's ability, is I can discard a card to draw a card, and then I can flip something to draw another card. I don't have anything to flip, but I can still do this. So, I will discard a card. Which one do I want to discard? Of course I'm going to discard this. So I will never even get to move up the blight marker, and instead I'll replace it with something better, which is awesome. So that was this card. That was great. The only thing I'm sad about is I wish I could use these. But, you know, there's too many things to focus on. Again, I could have been taking these markers, but I've been increasing my income. So they just get discarded with no effect. This one has no effect. But this is the best hand. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. And because I hit that threshold right here, I get to put as many cards as I want into my potion. This is going to be the best turn ever, and I'm going to put my guy up there right now. So, what do my opponents do? Well, the first opponent is going to move to action C. Action C is to take the 2X, the catalyst. Oh man, do these guys bum me out. They are just, what a tough opponent. Okay. And the other guy is going to go to C also. So blue goes to C. I think it's worth pointing out that if they had already been at C, they would have done the thing on the bottom. So far, every time I flipped over a card, I've been able to do the top action. So they go there, go to C. So what do I need to give them? This time they're going to take the die. So take the die. And here we go. It's now time for me to do my potion. This is going to be such a great potion. I do have to decide what order I want to do things in. I have no catalysts or reagents left, but I am going to get to use 4 stone because my player's ability is to turn 2 void into stone or earth. So I'm going to move up 1, 2, 3, 4 times. I need to put in that extra marker, or otherwise, isn't that funny? There's a threshold where I can get 0 points. So, to make sure that doesn't happen, I'm going to put this in there, move up 1, and then, oh boy, I'm going to do this. Okay, so move that over 1, and also water's going to move up 1. Now, if I could get this into that threshold, all I need is white. So I play white, go over there. Do I have 2 teals? Oh, I do have 2 teals. Oh my goodness. So when I play 2 teals, it's going to have fire. Now, the only problem with fire, it's not really that bad, but the only problem with fire is that it counters the water that I already put into the potion. So it kind of cancels, but those 2 are going to move this up to here. Now, I have 3 materials inside the ether. I forgot. I got rid of the ether. I don't have it anymore. Oh, no. Well, is it worth it? Is it worth it to put the fire in so that I can move this up? Yeah, it certainly is. Because look, points, points, points. There's points everywhere. But this would have been the place, right? If I had this ether, I would have played it, and everything would have moved up. It would have been even cooler. Oh, well, it's fine. I'm still going to have a great turn. I'm going to give some more fruit to my pet, so it's going to move up 2 on the... Oh, no. If I move up 2... Oh, no. I don't want to do that. Oh, no. I shouldn't have played this card. Okay, I'm going to undo. I don't play this card because... If I don't, I go back down 1, but then when I put this one in, I move up 2, and that's where I want to be. If I go up any farther, I get 0 shells, and I want shells. So we'll just stay there. The green, do I want green? I don't want green, because I don't want to move against what I've already done here. This one will get to duplicate the effect of any card that I've already played. So which card do I want to put? Probably that gold one. Yeah, I want to do that gold one, because look at this. This is so good. Now, the thing with the Echo Lily is you play the Echo Lily, and it's one-time use. So I'm going to Echo Lily for this card, which means water and gold materials. So 1 water, 1 gold materials. There we go. And then this gets thrown away. But it's now time to apply my dice. So I have 1, 2 mountain moves, 1, 2, and then I can use my player ability to make these voids into 2 more mountain moves. 1, 2, ha 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 ha, 1, 2. And now it's time to evaluate. So what have we got? That moved over. All right. I've got 2, 6, 9, 13, 15, plus 3 for having 3 on the same side, 18, minus 1, so 17 coins. That's good. 17 shells. And then points. No points here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And, oh boy, okay, let me take the points first. So 8 is going to move me all the way over to 13, which was sweet. I am now going to upgrade my board again. This upgrade means that every time I take a normal turn where I choose an action, I get to put infused 2 ingredients instead of just 1. So this is really picking up. And the game ends when you get 25 points. So I could potentially do it in 1 more brew if I keep getting awesome cards like this. Okay, so I took that. I can take a die or I can take 2 coins. Well, I think I've got coins for days. I really want more dice. Haha. Okay, there's, oh, I gotta roll it. There, it comes out as fire. All right, that's it. Got all my money. These things get to be refreshed. These get to be rolled. Oh, wow, a lot of fire. I wasn't really expecting the fire. I don't have a lot of fire on my cards. Okay, these all get discarded. The light marker moves up, this one moves down. Everything else resets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And those cards got discarded because I didn't choose to use them. So, we're starting a new round. I need 5 cards. 1, 2, 3. Shuffling. Shuffling means I have to move up 2 on the blight. But I get to have my income, my awesome income, which is 6 coins, and I can re-roll twice. Wow. Okay, so here's the tough thing. I can re-roll twice. Man, I don't have a lot of fire on my cards, and I do have a lot of earth on my cards. So I'm kind of tempted to re-roll these because even though they match, I'm going to do it. I think I would rather have a different element and maybe even get some ether. See, I got some ether. I don't really want this electricity, but you know what? We can always spend it when we join other actions. So, what was that? That was, I didn't take my 6 coins though for income. So 6 coins. I've got money for days. This is great. I'm going to be joining some of my opponent's actions and having a really great turn. Can't believe I drew my blight. That was unfortunate, but whatever. Look how much cool stuff I have. Haha. Alright, I'm going to play this card to re-roll. I got water. Do I want... Water's in... Whatever. Okay. And this one means I can take void and turn it into ether. But I don't have any void. I didn't roll any void. Okay, well, let's see. We'll do this one. Take the shell. I gotta move up the blight, but that'll be okay. I gotta do this. I'm just gonna move my blight again. Not feeling so great about that. Can't do anything here. Can't do anything here. I'm gonna be putting cards into the pot though. Let me tell you. Anyway, what action do I want? Well, if I'm tracking these abilities, I think I need to either go for buying cards or, yeah, buying cards. If I do this one more time, I could get another objective. I do want to do that. But what's available in the market right now? So in the market, there's a card that's worth 4, a card that's worth 5, another card that's worth 5. This one lets me throw cards away, but I gotta flip stuff. I don't have a lot of things to flip. This one's probably the best. I'm not using a lot of plant stuff, but that's okay. I think I should buy these 2 cards. It would cost me 9, but I think I should go for it. If I take action A or C, my opponent will join me. So I will take action B. Watch this. This is perfect. Action B, I spend 2 coins plus the 4. Man, you know, it's so funny. I just wish I had. It cost 4 and it had gold on it. I haven't been able to get that lucky, but that's okay. I'll take these 2. Yeah, these 2. So these 2 will cost me 9. So plus the 2 for the privilege. So 11 coins total. I still have leftover money. Do my opponents join? They don't. So everything slides over. Those go into the draw pile. The opponent's actions are, the first opponent goes to the brew. So that's purple. Purple's going to go up here, and that just means 2 cards are going to get discarded. And everything slides down. And then my other opponent is going to move to action D, which is sweet, because I want action D. So they are going to get some cool stuff. They're going to get a card, and they're going to get a die. But I can join them. All I have to do is flip over 2 dice that are the same face. And I just so happen to have 2 dice that I don't even want that are the same face. So these are going to become void, which is awesome because my player ability is to turn those into mountains, which is what I wanted anyway. And now I can pay to increase my snails. And I can only pay 7. That's all it's going to cost me. It's like easy. I pay my 7 coins. I move up here. I get to draw a new objective card. I hope it's really cool. So, oh boy, okay. Huh, interesting. So these are the cards that have blight. I have been trying to get rid of my cards with blight. But like, man, I kind of want to show you one. So for example, sometimes there are these good cards that have blight on them. Like they have powerful abilities. I have a few of these, but I don't have enough to make many points. I have not been moving on the blue track at all. So this is no good. But I do have some of these cards that require me to flip the catalyst and the reagent. So that's going to be the one that works best with what I've already been doing in the game. Now, if I can do my income one more time, then I get a big bonus. I get 5 points for being the first person to increase my income all the way. Oh boy, but I think I might be able to end it on the very next turn. We'll see. So, nighttime actions. So for my nighttime action, I can move down the blight, or I can spend 2 coins to infuse a card. I want to infuse more cards. So check this out. I'm going to do this card and this card. Well, this is a really good card though. Let's see, it does teal, white, and water. It does water. You know, it's good, but I actually like these yellows a little bit. Oh, but they counter. Ooh. How much cards do I have to draw from? Okay, we'll do this. Oh, could I play my reagent in order to play the opposite effect of something? Let's see. No, not for that. Okay, so I will do these 2 cards. We'll do 2 waters and 1 white movement and 1 teal movement, and 1 gold movement. And I don't think I explained this. So the first one is because I paid the 2 coins, or I'm paying the 2 coins to do the night action. Oh my. I almost forgot. I can flip over matching dice to do it again. And then I can pay 2 more coins and put in the third one. I will do that. So I'm going to flip over this die and this die and spend 2 more coins to put in another card, which is going to be this card. And then I do a yellow and a red, which is going to move back my blue, but that's fine because I want that moved up. Okay, so these get discarded. I played so many cards into that pot. That's awesome. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I forgot. My new ability is I can put 2 cards into the pot. Oh, so if I play this card... you know what then? I'm not going to flip those. You know why? Because since my new ability lets me put 2 cards into the pot, why would I don't want to play this last card. So I will just undo. I will pretend I didn't do that. I will just play what I've got. So it was 2 cards plus the extra card from the night action, and now we're going into the next round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look how many good cards I have. I'm getting a really good engine going here. So, can I, in the game, am I going to be able to get 13 points? What would it take to get 13 points? If I maxed everything out, could I get 13? 7, 11, 14, 15, 16. I could get 16 points if I maxed out everything. I'm probably not going to max out everything. But they are about to score. They're about to score 7 points because it's their turn to brew. I will roll this. No, we'll keep the water. Why not? We'll roll this. It's fire. Whatever. I hate fire. Stupid fire. All right. And what's my player's ability? Oh, I should have used my player's ability first. Will I flip something over in order to move my blight back? Maybe. I don't think I will. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to use my player's ability. I might as well, because maybe I'll roll blight later. And then 2 more cards that do nothing. So now I'm set up. I play the 8 cards to go into this set in order to increase my income all the way. This is the very last time I do it. The reward is 5 points. And now the next time I do income, I get all of the benefits. The opponents are going to go. Do they follow? No. They're doing the brew action. Their brew is going to be worth 7 points. So they move from here to 13. They're now tied with me, and the effect is they take both of these cards, discard them, and now their draw deck has only 6 cards. So I can't join them because they did the brew action. So I will take all of my cards, and I'm going to play into this water in yellow, and then I can do 1 more. If I do my animal ability, I can move up 2 on white. That's probably going to be the best thing I can do, is 2 on white. So the second card will be 2 on white. 1, 2. And then for my nighttime ability, I don't have the two shells to put in a wild, but I will move back my blight 1 marker for free, and then the rest get discarded. I think this is the last round of play. Kind of depends on what I draw, but I'm feeling pretty good about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So, this is pretty good. I got some things that agree over here. Yep. You know what? This is going to move up on white 2 more times. That's going to work out well for me. I've got some cards over there, and I've got plenty of abilities to draw. Okay, so let's do that. We're gonna start with this card because it gives me 1 coin, which I might want to be using later to draw an extra card. This card is gonna let me draw an extra card. This card is going to let me draw an extra card. Ooh. This lets me turn any dice into a mountain. I will probably be doing that. This one lets me throw cards away. But I don't have any... Well, I guess I have the 1 bad card. These are worth negative point at the end of the game, so I think I will do that. I will play the card, flip over the reagent, get rid of the blight card for good. That's going to give me an extra point at the end of the game. Now I'm going to play this card to turn anything I want into mountain. And then I'm going to play my reroll. If I keep this, you know what? I've got really good stuff. Okay, am I going to be able to land exactly in the spot that lets me improve? I am. So I want this. I could re-roll this, but if I get fire or electricity, I'm not going to be very happy. I would only be happy with void or mountain. And water is fine, so I'm not going to re-roll, but I will take my my puppy's ability. So my puppy lets me discard a card to draw a card. I don't need to discard anything, but I will draw a card. Oh, if I want to draw a card without discarding, then I do have to flip over a piece. I have to discard from my hand. Yeah, I'm not going to do that because I want to keep this white stuff. 1, 2. Okay, it's going to be pretty good. What do I have in here? Yeah. Okay. So I will flip over the reagent to draw a card, and it's another good card, which is why I did it. Okay, I played. Oh, and I have to play it, so this lets me roll a dice. I've already talked about that. I don't want to. So I'm going to place my worker. I'm pretty sure this will be the last time. Up here to the guild action. My opponents go. The first card, one's going to move to the action D, and I can join if I want income. The only thing that would be really helpful would be if I took the income in order to move something up on a wild spot, but I don't think it's worth flipping over 2 dice for that, so I don't care. However, they are going to get a catalyst and another card, and then the second one is going to move to action B. I almost definitely will do this. They will take 2 cards, put them over here, but now I can join. I can join, but you know what? I have no money. I've already spent so much money to get those 5 points. So no joining for me. Everything slides over. And now we're in the night phase. So for night phase, I'm going to put all of these cards in here. Holy moly. Okay, what am I going to start with? Probably going to try to move up on mountain as far as I can go. So, well, let's see. Okay. We're going to go. I want to get into those shining spots. So we'll play the teal card to move up on teal. We're going to play a... See, now I've done the same thing again. I don't need all of these white cards. I only really want 1 movement on white. So I'm not going to use my puppy's card today. I'll just discard it because it would be discarded anyway. Just move this up once. And then I'm going to... That's all I need. I need 1 more teal movement. So this one is teal. The cost of that is going to be I have to move back on fire, but that's okay. I'm doing this because I want the dice. So the Aether is going to move this up 1 more time, this up 1 more time, and now I can play some more. For this card, I don't want that plant energy. No, I don't. I got the water, so I'll take the water, and if I move it up twice using the catalyst, then I'll get an extra point for it. So I'll do that, and then I will do. I didn't realize how crummy this card is. This card doesn't really help. But you know what I could have done? Oh, check this out. maybe I don't want to get rid of my guy here, because if I do this and I move up all the way to max, then when I play this, it moves it back the other way. It moves up on 5. Yeah, I hate this card. Yeah, this is a bad card. I just don't care. I don't care. I'm going to leave that where it is. I'm not even going to play that card. I wish I should have... Oh, well, whatever. It is what it is. If I do this, I have to go back on the green, but I get to do a wild on anything. It wouldn't really help me. Oh, no. It doesn't really help me, because I've already got those where I want them to be. So this one doesn't really help me. And this one actually does help me. So I'll put that one in. I'll move up here. I will put in a die, and I will put in 3 more mountains. 1, 2, 3. Oh, too many mountains. I don't want to put in that many. But could I have not applied my catalyst towards the rock instead of the water? I could have. So I will do that. Okay. Boy, I wish I had one more teal. But again, I'm spending too much of this catalyst stuff. Oh well. Okay. How many points do I get? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points. Oh no. It's enough to get me all the way from 13 to 22. Okay. And 13 to 22. How many monies do I get? 3 money. 4, 7, 11, 15, 17 plus 3 is 20. Minus 2 is 18. I get 18 coins. My goodness. If only I had some extra resources, I could have applied my catalyst. So what I could have... Oh, man. How many points would I have needed? I would have needed maybe 2 more movements on water, or... That already has 3. 1 more movement on teal. Problem is having to move back on teal. If I'd had the catalyst, I could have gotten that extra point. But I don't know if it would have gotten enough to go out. So I have to play 1 more round. Or 2 more rounds, really. Because 1 for my action and 1 to do 1 more brew. And that's kind of the thing with this game. Is you go all the way to a point where all you want to do is brew every single turn. You're so strong. But you can't brew multiple times in a turn. You have to brew and take an action. Brew and take an action. Brew, take an action. So that's how that goes. This goes here, this goes here. You know what? If I had needed to draw 1 more time, I could have taken my income to get that bonus move. Oh, did I remember to take the income for that? That would have given... I don't know, whatever. It is what it is. For that last potion, one thing I forgot to take was the extra die, because I did have my marker way over here. So I will take the extra die, and that will make me that much stronger in the next round. Now, I just shuffled my deck, so I have to do my blight marker up twice and the income. So I'm going to get 6 shells, and then I can re-roll 2 dice. The electricity is not favorable to me. I'll take this and the water. That works out pretty well. I will move up on water. And then I can move up on any material. So I've been scoring these really easily. I'm going to try to move on green this time. Alright, and that's my income. So next round, drawing up to 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh man, see, I got the greens. So I'm definitely going to be infusing this one and probably... Oh, I got the animals though. I want to infuse so much. I could choose an action to let me infuse these. I think that's going to be what I do. Anyway, so this round I will draw another card. And then this one, I will re-roll a die. Let's see, we'll re-roll the void. It is another ether. And let's see, we'll do the animals. So this one again, I'm going to discard any card. Oh wait, yeah, I guess that's right. So I'm going to discard a card and maybe draw 2 cards if I decide to flip something over. Oh, that's another thing I forgot to do. I forgot to refresh my stuff. So, you know what? For my animal, which card do I not need? I don't think I need this one because I'm not going to infuse the Arcana this time. So I will discard this one in order to draw a new card. Blue. It's not going to do anything. I will not flip because I learned my lesson last time. I want these to be able to alter my material so I can get a higher score. Because since I didn't go out last round, I will go out in the next round, but I want to make sure I get a really high score since the Automa is going to get 2 more turns. Okay, and then this, I really don't need this ability. I already have 2 ether, so just play it. And then this one, I can turn any die into a mountain, so I will turn this one into a mountain. And the last card has no effect. So, play those. And then for my action, this is probably going to be my last action in the game before I do my brew next round. So I want to get a few more cards for scoring. This card is 4 or more shells, and it also has the flipping ability. So that's a good one for me. This one has the gold. That's a good one for me. This one has 4 shells, so that one could work too. And it copies another card, which could be good. It has the blight. I don't know if I want the blight. I think I might be taking this one. And this one lets copy another card's ability. So, anyway, I will go here. And I'm going to be paying 2 shells. Now, I could play a reactive game. What I could do is I could take a reagent, right? Last time I wished I had had more reagents, but it doesn't work well with my objectives. So I'm going to try to maximize all my objectives. I'm going to spend 2 plus the 4 on this card and the 3 on this card. So 7 plus 2, 9 total. Just take a 10, replace it with a 1, and then I will draw. The only thing that doesn't work is I don't need more yellow. I'm already maxing that track out. And I think I'm already maxing out on score. I think I'll take this one because I don't think I'm maxed out on cards that are worth 4 or more points. And I might not play it. It's going to go to the bottom of my deck. So maybe I'll just use it for the scoring. That's going to cost me one more shell. So those will be the 2 cards I take. And then because I chose an action where my opponent was, they're going to get a benefit. They're going to get to take 1 card from the end there. And then for joining, see, this is kind of the risk that I took. They are going to join because I took action B. And that means they're going to take the 2 cards that are left. Am I giving them that many points? Let's see. They get points. These are the objectives from the Automa. For cards with the white material or the fire. Haha! But these don't have white material or fire on them, so I guess I'll be okay. Now, while I'm going to an action with an opponent, I do want to talk about a rule that I've been neglecting, or at least not utilizing. Every time I go to where an opponent is, I can use their special ability. That's part of the deal of the two alchemists meeting in the bazaar. So I could do this ability and change up to 2 void into water or fire as an exchange for the benefit that they got from me. Now, do I want to do that? I already have the ability to change void into mountain, which has been helpful, but I think I might get more points if I do use water instead. Because I'll go up on mountain 3 times. 1, 2, 3. That'll give me 1 point. And then if I go up on water 2 times, I'll get 1 point on water. So yes, I will take my opponent's ability and turn that into water. And that's it for my choice. So my opponent's, the purple is going to go to option C. I can join. Wow. If I want to join, I have to flip over a reagent and I can buy a catalyst or a dye. I don't think I want to flip over my reagent. I would do it if I could buy a reagent. That would be worth it. But I'm not going to join this one. So all they do is get a dye. So a dye for them. And then the other opponent is going to go to A. Who's going to go to A? Oh, I didn't refresh the market. Okay, so this action lets them take the first card farthest on the right. Again, it's not going to help them. Do I want to join? Oh my goodness, look at this. It's got the gold and it's worth 5 points. All I have to do is flip. This is what I've always wanted. It's worth more than 4. It's got the flipping ability and it's got gold. It counts for all my objectives. I wish I knew if I even needed it. I think I might have maxed out my objectives already. I might be, or at least I'm close. But I will buy this. So all I have to do is flip over a 2x multiplier. So a catalyst. So I will flip over my catalyst and I will spend, and actually I don't have to spend 5. I can do it for only 4 because it's on the right side of the canal. If you remember that. If it's on the right side of the canal, it's 1 less shell. So I'll put those away. And I will add this to the bottom. I think I'm doing really good on objectives, and that's going to work out well for me. So everything slides over. Sliding, 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 sliding. You know, come to think of it, I think I may have forgotten to reset a couple of times. Anytime you brew a potion, at the end of that round, you're supposed to clear the last 2 and reset it. And I may have forgotten to do that. Anyway, so we've done all of those actions. We're moving to the night actions. My night action, here's why I did this in the first place. I want to spend 2 shells. I have plenty of shell coin. And to spend those 3 or 2 shells, I can put an extra card. Now if I put this card in there, I move up on blue. See, I just moved myself up on green. Okay, this one's going to go up for sure. This one's going to go up also. And probably there. Do I want this one? Kind of. Oh, get that on the screen. I like this one. I want to move up on white. I don't really want to move up on teal. I could use my reagent, but I think it would be... oh my goodness, such a hard choice. If I use my pet, I move up 2 on the white. And then that would put me in the region where I can use my Aether. So I think I need to do this one. Yep. This one's really good too. It's really hard to decide. Boy, how am I going to do this? I think I'm... my goodness, I want both of these. I don't have enough. So this is the one I'm paying for. Oh, but what's this? Let's go back to an earlier rule. I can do this multiple times if I flip my dice. Water and Aether. And I have water and Aether. I will actually flip the waters because I think the Aether is going to be more important to me in the end than the water is. Because these have... they're shorter tracks and they have more points. So I will use 2 waters and pay 2 more coins. So now I can put this one in the pot and this one in the pot, and then at the end of my turn, because I can always put 2 cards in the pot, I'll put both of these into the pot, and these will be the ones that I discarded. So 1 turn, 4 cards. That's massive movement over here. So we move 2 on the white, 2 On the green, let's see, 2. This one has 2 on the white. This one has another one on blue. This is another one on blue and on yellow. And this one lets me do one more. See, what I could do, if I put this one on yellow, like that, as my wild, then when I brew on the next turn and I use my Aether, 1, 2, 3, all 3 move up. That's a sweet deal. Look, I'm going to get 5 movement on mountains because... 5 movement on mountains because I can use my ability to turn these 2 into earth. So I've got it all set up. That's what I want to do. That is the end of the night phase. I've discarded everything, and now I'm drawing up to 5. I hope I have a good hand. I've spent a lot of effort trying to clear my hand of all of that blight. Here's 1 blight. Okay. I don't have any cards that are negative points. So this one, even though it lets me throw away cards, I don't want to throw away any cards. These are all good for me. This is going to be a good turn. Okay, so how do I want to turn these out? Well, I don't have to use an ability if I don't want to, so whatever, I'll just play that. This one, I have to play the Blight when it comes up, so I'll play that and move up once on Blight. But I get one shell dollar, okay? And then for these ones, I can re-roll a die. Gosh, do I want to re-roll a die? I don't think I do, because I'm going to move up 5 on Earth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to give me 2 points and 4 coins. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep. Okay, that's fine. I'm good. We're going to go into the action phase. Now, of course, because I'm playing solo, I always am the first player to move. But if we were playing with other people, then first player would rotate. So going up there. And this will be their last turn. So let's zoom in to what they do. They're going to move to C action. So purple is going to move to C. Hey, this is the first time this has ever happened. Purple is actually already on C, so we're going to do the secondary action. The secondary action is to move to D. And if they move to D, they're going to take 1 card and another catalyst. So we're moving to D and catalyst, the card. And now I can decide if I want to join. Now, do I want to join? If I do, I can take the income action. Now, in this case, I can't advance my snail anymore, but in my income, even though I don't need money, I would get a free movement on water and a free movement on anything my choice. I would probably do that, but I want to use... see... Now, I already have a movement on gold, which I'm going to try to use. I don't want this fire. I don't want these fire cards. Oh, I just noticed I have these fire cards. I wish I could take more cards. Let's see. If I could choose any movement, the problem is I will move out of these zones that I really want to be in. I'm already in that area. So I suppose I could just keep, I would keep it. Because you know what? I would have to use 2 dice if I wanted to join anyway, and my dice are perfect. I don't really want to flip any of those dice over. So we're going to do the next opponent. So the other opponent is going to move up to the guild action. So this is the blue character. They're moving up there with me. After the previous action, I should have reset the board. So everything slides down. Man, you know, I probably would have bought a card if I could have. So that gets reset again. And now it's night actions. So get ready for my last potion of the game. And this is good because if I don't end it now, they're going to do a potion on their next turn. And if they did a potion on their next turn, they would be scoring 5 points. So I don't want them to have 5 points. It's good for me to do this now. You know, this is actually really unfortunate because even though I have all of these cards, most of them I don't want. I don't want fire. I do want to... Oh, I just realized something. If I have a reagent, I could have flipped this over. So I could have moved up on green, and then if I had moved up on green and I had used a reagent on this, I could have moved up to here. Oh, but I didn't do that. Oh man, can I undo? Oh my, I really want to undo. Oh, but I don't want to. I told you already. I didn't want to flip over my dice, just for a wild. Oh gosh, yeah. This is not the best hand. I gotta say, I was more excited with the previous one, but we'll do what we can. So we're going to put. I already flipped my 2x multiplier over, so we'll put that over there, and then. Oh, this fire is bad news. If I play this die right now, then everything moves up by 1 because they're all inside that space, which is great. So this actually will not help because I'm already maxed out on the gold. Really, I only bought this for my scoring anyway. I don't want to cancel out my movement on blue, so we won't do that. This one, here's the thing. If I move back with the fire over here, I will move back and lose 1 victory point. But I could move up. I could use my catalyst in order to move up over here, and then I would gain a victory point. So I would gain in order to lose. That doesn't really work out well. So I'll put that back where it was. So this isn't any good. Oh, and then this one, I don't want to move back on the earth because I'm already where I want to be, and I don't want fire. Huh, look at this. So I saved my catalysts or my reagents, and I don't even use them. Man, wow, that's a real bummer. Huh. Well, in any case, I have 1, 2, 3, and then I use my special ability to flip these to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, look at this. I get 2 victory points. If only I had 1 more victory point. Huh. Well, 2. Could have had 3. Huh. That's all. That's it. That's what I see. Okay. So we are going to score it. Okay. So what do I have for money? 3, 7. Ooh, that's a lot. 11, 14, 16. I could get another cube. I think in the end, cubes aren't going to help me. I don't have any objectives for dice, so I'll just take the money instead. So when I say 16, 18, 5, 9, 7, 16, 18. I'll take 18 money. I have to lose 2 money because of my blight, so back down to 16 money. I have 4 on this side, so altogether that's 20 money. That's not bad because I think the conversion is 1 point for every 10 money, so that's a nice even number. And then lastly, we count up the victory points. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 victory points. Takes me from 22 to 29, and I get the first to 25 points, which is also going to cue the end of the game. So normally I would do this reset, and I would discard all my cards and draw 5 cards and play again, but I'm going to just jump right to here. So I've done 25 points. That means I'm first to end. I do want to point this out really quick. I try not to ever let this happen. If you let your blight tracker get all the way to the end, it triggers corruption. And when you take corruption, you must brew your potion and you add 3 blight cards to your hand, which is like -3 points. So managing your blight is very, very important. But in any case, that never happened in this game. It won't ever want it to. And then, yeah, we're at the end. So, well, finally, I haven't been looking at this at all. Here's the player guide that I haven't been referring to. For the end game scoring, so the first thing is everybody who did not brew gets to brew now. So the way that works with the Automa is they get to have, of the 2 cards that they played last time, they get points equal to the greater of the 2. So they're going to get 3 points. 1, 2, 3. And then I Oh, I also get 3 points because I brewed that round. 1, 2, 3. So really, it's kind of like saying that the person who ends the game gets 6 points. 3 for brewing and 3 for being first to 25. Anyway, now we're going to do objectives. So here's where I have to look through my cards. This is a little bit complicated because some of the cards score from multiple objectives. So first, let's just do one at a time. I've got the objective that is cards that make me flip my catalysts or my reagents. So how many of those did I manage to buy? 2, 3, 4. I got 4. So 4 of those is worth 4 points. Great. So 4 more points. That puts me at 36. And then my next one is cards that are 4 or more shell dollars. Shell bucks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I was making so much money. I have 10. Wow, I was buying a lot of cards just by copying my opponent. So totally maxed out. I had 6. So that takes me 36 to 42. And then the last one are these cards that have the gold nugget on there. So the gold nugget, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey! Look at it. I did it. I thought I had maxed out earlier. This card really helped me out. Wow, it was really good. So I had a 4, so I get 6 more points. That's going to take me from 42 to 48. Okay. Now, I did not add in the 3 points for my first to 25. So 3 more points, that puts me at 51. And then advanced content. This would be where I play with any extra rules, which we're not doing. The snail, remember, I had maxed that out. So that's 5 more points from 51 to 56. And then finally, any blight cards. I believe I got rid of all my blight, right? I have none here, none there. Yeah, I have no blight, so no negatives at all. That's great. See, I like managing my blight in this game. All right. That's all of the scoring for me. Now, we're going to move our attention to the Automa. So, if you were wondering what I was doing with all of this stuff, it's all going to pay off now. So, we have the scoring card for the Automa. There's actually 2 difficulty levels. I'm playing the easy one. So, for every 5 dice, catalyst, and reagents, they get 1 point every 5. So, let's see what they got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 23. Okay. That moves me from, that's just 4 more points. That's not bad. So that only puts them at 20. And then, what else? Every 3 cards in their deck is worth 1 point. Oh, look at this. Oh, you know what? That reminds me, I didn't actually score all the categories for myself yet, but let's do this for them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. That's an even 10 points. That means they're at 20. They're going to go from 20 to 30. Now, what I had forgotten for myself, let's take a look at that player aid again. Ah, yes. I was looking at this line right here. Gain 1 prestige for every 2 cards. I didn't do my prestige for every 2 cards. So how much do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So that's an even 2, that's 10 points for me. Oh man, I'm doing really good. Okay, 10 points, that puts me to 16, 50, 66. Okay, I gave them theirs for their cards. They were not done yet. All of their cards with the white marker on it. You know, I'll just count them both at the same time. It's for whites and for reds. So 1 red and 0 whites. 1 red, no whites. I think it is. Oh, there it is. 1 red and 1 white. No reds, nothing. Red and white, red and white. Here, 2 whites. 2 reds, 3 reds, 4 reds, and 3 whites. Wow. Just 4 reds and 3 whites. Kind of feel like I was just lucky. 4 reds is only 3 points. And 3 whites, that's only 2 points. They only got 5 points? Oh my goodness, I could have played on the hard difficulty. 5 points, that puts them at 35. Oh my goodness. I beat them by 66 by 31 points. Wow! I should have played on hard. What would hard have been like? You just would have changed the ratio. I would have had a point for every 2 instead of every 3. I could have won anyway. All right, so that is the solo game of Mercurial Alchemia. For comments on the gameplay, go ahead and check out my full-length review. Thank you for watching this video. Even if you jumped around, I hope you found it informative and useful. See you next time. Bye-bye.